This might be repeating something, but I just want to be fully clear that, so when the president said last night that he convinced Prime Minister Netanyahu to do a ceasefire, he was referring to the 2 Americans that got out. But Israel has never acknowledged that they paused. So can you give us a better understanding of what exactly was paused, and if the understanding is that for every sort of hostage release there would be a pause?
I'm not going to go into more detail than what we've already put out there publicly. We were able to help negotiate the release of those 2 Americans, and that's a good thing. And in order to be able to get folks out, you got to make sure they can do it safely. And that's what the president was referring to. What we're talking about are temporary, localized pauses in the fighting to meet a certain goal or goals. As I said, get in, get people out.
And is that something that can happen immediately? I mean, where is the Israeli Prime Minister on this? Is he willing to continue to do this, especially if it's more than one pause?
Well, we were able to work with him to help get Americans out before, and so we're certainly hoping that kind of cooperation will continue. But each instance of it, each effort to get a pause is going to be unique in its own way, and it's going to require negotiation and diplomacy. And the president, you heard him talk about this yesterday, is 100% committed to doing what it takes to pursue that kind of diplomacy.
To counter Islamophobia, and so that's what you're seeing, and that's what this is the president's commitment. He ran on this, as you all know, to restore the soul of this nation, to make sure that no hate sees the light of day, to continue to fight against that type of hatred, and that includes all types of hatred. That includes Islamophobia.
Islamophobia. Some of the Muslim leaders that I spoke with said that while they appreciate the effort to combat Islamophobia, they thought the timing of the announcement was interesting because this is something that the administration has been working on for months, and some of them feel that this is a political bone thrown at them and does not address their bigger concern, which is U.S. policy to support Israel, where they are frustrated that their perspectives are not being heard. Your message to them?
This is a very genuine effort on behalf of the president and the vice president and the entire administration to plant a marker about how hate has no business here in the United States, particularly hate that can lead to real threats of violence against the Muslim community, the Arab community, Palestinian community. We take that seriously. The thinking that went into leading up to this strategy is long-standing and predates the events of October 7th. But again, I don't know who all these folks are necessarily, but we value their opinion. We value their perspective.
Well, the complaint that I've heard raised a lot is that every time they want to address U.S. support to Israel, the White House pivots to Islamophobia. Is that an accurate assessment? How would you respond to that?
I'll let them speak to their opinion of our work. I can tell you that this strategy is born from a genuine desire